target the other aggressor of this war, Lukashenko's regime. Lukashenko's regime is complicit in the vicious attack against Ukraine. So we will hit Lukashenko's regime with a new package of sanctions. We will introduce restrictive measures against their most important sectors. This will stop their exports of products from mineral fuels to tobacco, wood and timber, cement, iron and steel. We will also extend to Belarus the export restrictions we introduced on dual-use goods for Russia. This will also avoid any risk of circumvention of our measures against Russia. And in addition, we will sanction those Belarusians helping the Russian war effort. All these measures come on top of the strong package that I presented to you last night, agreed by our international partners. Under this package, important Russian banks will be excluded from the SWIFT system. We will also ban the transactions of Russia's central bank and freeze all its assets to prevent it from financing Putin's war. And we will target the assets of Russian oligarchs. We continue to coordinate closely with partners around the globe, and we remain in close contact with our Ukrainian friends. President Zelensky's leadership and his bravery and the resilience of the Ukrainian people are outstanding and impressive. They are an inspiration for all of us. We welcome with open arms those Ukrainians who have to flee from Putin's bombs, and I'm proud of the warm welcome that Europeans have given them. We are mobilizing every effort and every euro to support our eastern member states to host and take care of these refugees. We will do this in full solidarity. And with this, I invite HRVP Borrell to give his part.
Thank you, President. As you have said, we are currently witnessing a fully fledged war directly in our borders. The war is again on the borders of Europe. President Putin is trampling the statehood and identity of a sovereign Ukraine and its people. What we see is blatant violations of international law, and with more and more civilian infrastructure being targeted, international humanitarian law, Putin's bombing, launching missiles, strikes, killing innocent people. But the Ukrainian armed forces are fiercely fighting back and showing an heroic resistance to this invasion. It's the people on an army fighting against the invader. But the invader, Putin war, is not only against Ukraine. We need to understand the gravity of the situation for us, for the European, and for the global security. This afternoon, Putin has announced that he's putting Russian nuclear deterrent forces on high alert. It's important to stress that the nuclear forces of Russia has been put on high alert. I just had a VTC conference with the G7 foreign ministers, and we were joined by Minister Kuleba, who informed us of the latest development on the ground and the Ukraine urgent needs. And I told him very clearly, you came last week, we asked for SWIFT and we asked for arms. And now we are delivering on both sides. We are doing everything we can to support Ukraine. We stand by Ukrainian people in practical terms. In 1 hour, I am convening for the 4th time in this week the European Union Foreign Ministers' Council for an extraordinary meeting, and following up the request from Minister Kuleba, Foreign Minister of Ukraine, I will today propose to use the European Peace Facility for 2 emergency assistance measures to finance the supply of lethal material to the Ukrainian army as well as urgently needed fuel, protective equipment, and medical supplies. Another taboo has fallen. The taboo that the European Union was not providing arms in a war. Yes, we are doing, because this war requires our engagement in order to support the Ukrainian army. Because we live in unprecedented times, like you did when the pandemic came. We are facing the best on the war, as the biblical times. And this will not finish here. It is the first time in our history that the European Union will provide lethal equipment to a third country, and I have also instructed my team and the European Union military staff to set up a mechanism to coordinate the request of the Ukrainian army so that we can respond in the most effective way, together with the member states, to their needs that Minister Kuleva has explained us today. Today we will provide the political endorsement also of the European Union 27 member states to the overall package of measures outlined by President von der Leyen that will pave the way for the swift adoption of all necessary acts. As just explained by Madam President, we will discuss with the foreign ministers the announcement of tough economic sanctions. SWIFT, the central bank, I will also put forward additional listings against oligarchs. We'll target the elite of the Putin regime, who benefit financially from the system. We will also reinforce our measures against Belarus, who have been facilitating the Russian assault against Ukraine. With these measures, more than half of the central bank reserve of Russia will be blocked. Also, more and more member states are announcing to close the airspace to the Russian airlines and aircrafts, and we will set a common approach together with the ministers. And finally, disinformation, because Putin doesn't want also only to conquer the land, he also wants to conquer the spirits of the people through toxic messages, through lies. The Kremlin and its supporters are engaged in a massive disinformation campaign in Ukraine, in our neighborhood, and in the European Union itself. And we have been fighting against disinformation since 2015 with the East Stratcom Task Force and the European Union Disinformation Platform, which, by the way, I invite all of you to visit. And today we are taking a crucial step to turn off the tap for the Russians' information manipulation in Europe by banning Russia Today and Sputnik from broadcasting in the European Union. We are killing the snake on its net. We will also continue working actively in Ukraine and in our neighborhood to fight the attempts to distort reality and to seed confusion and uncertainty. Let me close, Madam President, by underlining that we will continue to coordinate with the Ukrainian government and neighborhood countries and to do everything that we can to provide all the necessary support to the Ukrainian people and to put a stop to this senseless war. Thank you.